We are entering quarter 4, week 6. Our learning target is I can find the mean, medium, and mode and range in a stem and leaf plots. We have one vocabulary word, which is stem and leaf plot, which is a data display that orders data from least to greatest using the digits of the greatest place value to group data. We're going to go over one example and how to find the mean, medium, and mode and range from a stem and leaf plot. Here is what we call a stem and leaf plot. Our first step is going to list the data. This is the way you list the data from a stem and leaf plot. We start with the first number underneath the stem. Then we start with the first number underneath the leaf. We put those two numbers together and that gives us 68. Then we move on to the second number underneath stem, which is 7, and we start with the first number underneath leaf, which is 5. So our next number is 75. Then, since we have a number next to 5, we have a 7. So our next number would be 77. Then we have a 9. So our next number would be 79. Then we move on to our third number underneath stem. We have an 8. Our first number underneath leaf is 0, so our next number would be 80. Then we have a 2, so we would have an 82. Then move on to my fourth number, which is 9. I have a 2 underneath leaf, so my next number would be 92. I have a 6, so I would have a 96. I have another 6, so I would have another 96. And my last one is 97. So the first thing it asked me is to find the mean. So since I have all my data set and they're in order from least to greatest, I can add up all those numbers. And when I add up all those numbers, I get 842. Then I have to divide it by the amount of numbers. And if I count all those numbers, I have 10 of them. So I must divide by 10. And my mean would be 84.2. My mode is the number that we see a lot of. So if we see the only numbers that are repeated is 96. So my mode would be 96. Remember that we can always have more than one mode. My median is my middle number. I have 10 numbers, so that means I'm going to have 2 middle numbers. So my 2 middle numbers, if I look at here, are 80 and 82. So I would have to add 80 and 82, and I get 162, and I must divide by 2 to get my mean. And my median would be 81. My last one would be my range. So in order to find the range, I must subtract my last number and my first number. So 97 minus 68 gives us 29. And that's how you find the mean, medium, and mode and range from a stem and leaf plot.